Այս լեսահոլովակում կլսես TOEFL-ի տեքստերից մեկը, լսիր սկզբից բառերը իրենց թարգմանություններով, այնուհետև դիտիր տեքստը։ Սա հիանալի մեթոդ է պատրաստվելու TOEFL-ի քննությանը, ինչպես նաև ձեռք բերել հարուստ բառապաշար շատ բարձր մակարդակի։
Aggression. Aggression. Intended. Intended. Destruction. Destruction. Purely. Purely. Verbal attack. Verbal attack. Belittling. Belittling. Humiliating. Humiliating. Ranging. Ranging. Hereditary inclination. Hereditary inclination. Inherent. Inherent. Displacement. Displacement. Noted. Noted. Impulses. Impulses. Catharsis. Catharsis. Lower animals. Lower animals. Prominent. Prominent. Among. Among. Holds the view. Holds the view. Reinforcement of behavior. Reinforcement of behavior. Innate behavior. Innate behavior. Boundaries of the social limits. Boundaries of the social limits. Hostile cause violence. Hostile cause violence. Non-hostile cathartic effect. Non-hostile cathartic effect. Desensitization. Desensitization. Adolescence. Adolescence. Fictional forms. Fictional forms. Correlate. Correlate. Exposure. Exposure. Imitated. Imitated. Aggression.
Aggression, aggressive behavior is any behavior that is intended to cause harm, pain, suffering, or destruction. While it is sometimes assumed that aggression is thought of as purely physical, verbal attacks, such as screaming and shouting or belittling and humiliating comments aimed at lowering one's self-esteem, also qualify as acts of aggression. What is the definition of social aggression, and what are the forms it takes? Because of the wide variety of behaviors considered aggression. Questions about the causes of aggression have long been of concern to both social and biological scientists. Social scientists have tried to explain why people act aggressively, ranging from those with a biological or hereditary inclination to those who learned aggression from human conflict. One major theory on the cause of aggression is the instinct approach, an inherent and natural human instinct. Aggression may have been explained as an instinct that is directed externally toward others. In a process called displacement, and it has been noted that aggressive impulses that accumulate and intensify over time must be released through aggressive behaviors such as socially acceptable activities, such as sports and competition, in a process called catharsis. Stronger evidence, however, is found that aggressive behavior has been put forth by adequate. One source of behavior that is both reliable and easily manipulated in experimental studies, when based upon their observations of animals, supported to view that aggression is an instinct present in all lower animals. Two prominent social theories suggest that as wrongs among those who view aggression as instinct. One group holds the view that aggression can't build up spontaneously, with or not result outside provocations. Rather, those who emphasize that many instances of behavior of its provocation and rather suggest that aggression is more complex in the theories. Because of aggression occurring spontaneously and without provocation, it is a direct response to provocation from the outside world. In contrast to instinct theories, social learning theories view aggression as a learned behavior. This viewpoint focuses on the effect that role models and reinforcement of behavior have on one's actions. According to this theory, aggressive behavior is not a natural or innate behavior, but can be learned in a combination of modeling and positive reinforcement of the aggressive behavior, and that children and adults learn by the combined forces of observing aggressive behavior in others and then receiving some form of positive or negative reinforcement for the aggressive behavior, of minimally a lack of negative reinforcement for this behavior. While studies have revealed evidence that the behavior of a role model is more effective than that of reinforcement, the greatest influence is aggression displayed through others seen in movies and on television. It still has an impact in all behavior, on-screen drama, or acts of violent behavior in media. Television, or programs, or movies can be viewed in the limits or boundaries of the social limits, or a form of social aggression that is learned through observations. Not in all of hostile cause violence, and may have a non-hostile cathartic effect. Studies have shown that desensitization in the form of a habit or non-hostile acts of aggression displayed through childhood adolescence in media often leads to a reduction of fear and anxiety of aggressive behavior, but also in other real-life or fictional forms that correlates with increased acts of violence in their life. In other words, when one experiences the use of force, that one becomes more tolerant of it, more exposure to violent acts, especially with no pain or injury to the violent individuals. That behavior is more likely to be seen as positive and is thus more likely to be imitated.
Չմոռանաս